Welcome back to Astrology, Angels, and more. We have a very unusual and interesting show here tonight. I can't wait for you to meet our guest. First of all, though, I would like to give you the update astrologically, as we do for the month. And I wanted to wish happy birthday to Virgo, all you Virgos out there. Now, this show is being filmed at the studio here in Staten Island on September the 13th, 2023. So now, happy birthday, Virgo. I know a lot of Virgos too. So Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac with Mercury as its ruler. And you know, we still have Mercury retrograde right now, but it's almost over with, so not to worry. And Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So any of you Virgos or Geminis, when Mercury goes retrograde, it especially affects you even more so than other signs, whether that is you're a Virgo or Gemini, sun sign or rising sign. So now white is the color associated with the sign of Virgo. Virgos are extremely meticulous, precise, neat, clean, orderly, but they can be a little bit critical. Now Virgos can be the most critical actually of themselves. They're perfectionists. Virgos make helpful, loyal friends and business associates. A Virgo is always ready to help. You know, that's one of your problems though, Virgo. Many times you're helping everyone else. You're so busy doing that you don't give enough time and energy to taking care of yourself. Now the gemstones are green jasper and nephrite. Those are your lucky stones, Virgo. Now, we just went through the 9-9 portal, September the 9th. Endings provide development and growth with a new cycle of opportunity. We're still in it right now, but you have new opportunities for your spiritual journey from within to prepare for the next chapter that's coming up in your life. And that goes for everybody, okay? That portal was pretty darn powerful, especially since we had so many retrograde planets. Now, September the 14th, which is tomorrow, is the Virgo new moon. So this Virgo new moon prompts us to buckle down and take care of necessities to be sure things run smoothly. This is a gradual and persistent process since so many planets are retrograde, as I had mentioned at this time. Don't allow this challenge of retrograde Pluto to distract you by focusing on any past issues or even fantasies. Full speed ahead is what is required. You need to earthly grounded right now. There are joyful trines. Trines are very lucky in astrology. Joyful trines in the heavens this month, especially involving the sun and the moon with the planet Uranus, Jupiter, and Pluto. Uranus brings unexpected developments and brings an opportunity to make beneficial change. Yes. Make that fast decision to seize it. Don't rest on your laurels trying to decide, should I do it, should I not do it, should I do it, should I not do it? If you get an opportunity, this is the time to jump on it. Don't hesitate. Let the moments of inspiration drive you into useful action. Jupiter's aspect to the heavenly grand trine, which is extremely lucky, brings luck, expansion, and opportunity. Seize it. Pluto will help us to let go of what's no longer useful and has been holding us back. Now, on September the 15th, Mercury stations direct. Finally, Mercury retrograde will be over. Falsities and stagnant energy evaporate into sparkling clarity, truth, passion, and intense closure. September the 23rd is the autumn equinox when the sun enters Libra, beautiful Libra. With the sun directly above the equator, day and night are equal, a time of balance, stillness, self-reflection, and spiritual awareness. September the 29th, at the end of the month, we have the Aries full moon. This moon helps us cut directly to priorities, to see how to speed things up, to get immediate results. Like the energy of spring, we can make a bold, positive start with something new in a situation that is feeling stale. Or perhaps it's time to close the book on a storyline that has come full circle. The Aries energy in the air is full steam ahead, along with the Libra energy of the sun, bringing back more teamwork and cooperation. So I hope all of this has helped you as far as the phases of the moon and some very, very important aspects astrologically. But now here's a little something for each one of the astrological signs. Now, when I read your astrological sign to you, and by the way, this is everything from my column that I write, which if you want more information on it, you can always contact me at the email address at the end of the show. Okay, so anyway, so this is for the Aries sun sign and rising sign. So work and romance have come to a crossroads. Choose carefully. Balance is much needed in your life this month, Aries. Taurus, love is in the September air. Listen closely to what's said in the workplace, though. There's more to it. You can soar to great heights, Taurus, this month if you put in the effort. Gemini, seek refuge at home, your haven from the turmoil. Children bring much joy and harmony. Every problem has an answer. Use your intelligence to find your way, Gemini. Cancer, your energy level starts out low and then soars by month's end. Love is in your stars, Cancer. Let go of the past and allow for the new beginnings in store at month's end. I know it's hard for you, Cancerians, to let go of the past, but it's time now to do so. Leo, beautiful Leo. Many financial rewards come from short trips. Look at your current situation with logic and not from your heart. You are on the brink of something big, something magnificent. Virgo. Happy birthday again, Virgo. It's your month to shine. There's beautiful new beginnings with wonderful new opportunities at month's end. Libra. Deep-rooted memories surface now. Review them, get the answers you need, and then release them to the past where they need to stay, especially at the time of the full moon. Let it have been full circle. Let it go. Scorpio, your social calendar is booked. Fun, fun, fun is the name of the game this month. Listen to a friend's advice. Sagittarius, you're given an important assignment that only you have the know-how and energy to complete. This will bring your next level of success. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, Capricorn, your spirits are at an all-time high. The world is your oyster. Now all you have to do is get those money matters in line. Aquarius, the summer sizzle is still cooking in your astrological house of passion. Ooh, you're the flavor of the month. Va, 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 voom. Woohoo! Lucky you. Okay, Pisces. Whatever is not in alignment for your higher purpose in life must go. You got to let it go. Okay? Only you know the answer. Focus is the key for you this month. Things come to a head at the time of the Virgo new moon on the 14th. which is tomorrow. Now move ahead. You know, the whole thing is with the moons, the energy of the moon is 3 days before the actual date of the new moon or the full moon, and 3 days after. So it's a week worth of energies. Now, I just wanted to mention before I introduce our wonderful guest that you can watch our show on channel 35 FiOS or 79 Spectrum, 7:30. Sunday evenings. Also, now we are on demand on live stream, plus YouTube. All the episodes are on YouTube. So now, without further ado, oh, I'm so happy this guest is here tonight. You're going to just love her. I would like to introduce wonderful, wonderful Adrienne Primrose. And she does remarkable healing work that is quite unusual. I think you're going to find it very, very, very beautiful and interesting. So now, Adrienne, thank you for coming to the show tonight. You know I've been looking forward to interviewing you.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So, will you share with our audience and tell them what you do? Because I find it just so beautiful and interesting, and it's unusual.
Yeah, so I really can't take all the credit, to be honest with you. I'm just really the person that gets them there. But my horses and I, we partner to empower people to be their most authentic self, to live their best life, to speak their truth, to live in their truth.
That's big stuff.
It's pretty big stuff, Mary.
So what do you mean your horses?
Yeah, so the horse is my partner. So a lot of times people think that when they come for healing work that the horse is kind of there for them. And they are, don't get me wrong. But the horse really speaks to me and allows me to know how the person is feeling, really. And if the person is being in their full truth. It's not that the person is aware that they're not being in their truth. It's outside of their awareness.
I see.
But the horses can read that energy.
Yeah, the horses know.
They know.
You can never fool a horse.
No, ma'am.
It's the truth. You can't. Yeah. I was reading up a little bit on the kind of work that you do, and it's Gestalt, right? You're a Gestalt coach?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So Gestalt is a German word, and it is best translated as flowing into full form or flowing into basically being present. So, or flowing into wholeness. So, yeah, that's what Gestalt, that's what Gestalt means.
But how does a person do that? Like, how do you help them with that?
Yeah, so, it's everything from, so maybe you have a friend, right? And your friend is feeling sad lately or depressed or not feeling that she's in her power, not feeling like a lack of purpose, right? So I hear this so many times anymore, or even lonely. And so Sarah can come and we sit down, we start talking. The biggest thing is we get people in their body. A lot of times we're human, right? We live in our minds. We are always in our mind. But really the body is what speaks first, and the mind is what shuts the body down. So the body always knows what's going on. It knows even ancestral stuff, right? It has that cellular memory.
In the DNA?
So, yeah.
Wow. Interesting stuff. So now, as you know, I mean, I work with the mind because I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, okay? And so coming from my point of view, it's always mind over body. But you're saying that all the telltales are in the body.
Yeah.
And is that what the horse is picking up?
That's exactly what they pick up. They pick up the
Wow.
frequency.
The frequency.
The energy.
Wow. Because, I mean, there's always tells on a person if they're lying, right? Okay. So is this similar, physical tells? So is this the similar kind of thing, but on an energy level that the horse can?
Yeah, it's very similar. We know that everything has a frequency, right? And so disease has a frequency. And by the way, horses can also pick up disease and pain in people's body.
And how do they relay that to you? That's what I want to know.
Typically, they'll put their muzzle on. So, for instance, if a woman has breast cancer or had breast cancer, the horse, and I've had this actually happen, the horse will literally put her or his head right on the breast.
I believe that.
Yeah.
No, I really do believe that. I shared with you a friend of mine, my Native American friend. She uses doves in order to, but she does readings with the doves. But the doves know everything. It's really the doves that are telling her. Brian, do you have those pictures I sent you? I just realized, because we have pictures you gave us to show, right?
Yes.
The work you do. We can show them, right?
Okay, I would love for that. Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks. Oh, look at that. Could you explain what's going on here?
Yeah, so it's a client who came. The gray horse to the left is actually a once wild Mustang. So she came from the Beatty's Butte, Oregon range. And she's really the client. They're one, right? You can see that right there.
You can see it. Oh, yeah. You can feel it, actually,
right.
from the picture.
Yeah, just from the picture.
Amazing.
The horse behind her is holding up space, for both of them. And really just holding that space. The beautiful thing about horses, and as soon as people come right into that gate on my property our property, is that there's a safety, right? It feels safe. You feel protected there. And the horse also does that for you. There's a safety around horses. And what they also do is open your heart. They do that. This is scientifically proven, by the way. And
Thank you, Brian.
They actually will come in, like basically meet up with your heart. So their heart meets up with your heart, and then it slows your heart down. That's why you feel so calm around horses. It slows you right down. But they open up your heart so that you're more open to receive. Women don't receive a lot of times, right? We don't allow that to happen.
Right.
So they allow you to receive and then to let go.
So they're connecting with the heart chakra, but also physically connecting with the heartbeat. I have to tell you, I'm also a shaman. So one of the things that I do in journeying or, a healing with a client is connecting by drumming their heartbeat with the heartbeat of Mother Earth.
Oh.
See, so to me, this is, and that to be one with the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And so what ends up happening, you're telling me this has been scientifically proven that the horse can become the one heartbeat with the person. That must be so soothing.
It's amazing.
How did they prove this?
Heart math.
Really?
Heart math did.
Wow. Interesting. Like I said, too, if you want any further information on everything that Adrienne does and more information about anything we talk about on the show, please make sure that you email myself or Brian at the end of the show. And we have our email addresses there, because I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of people very interested in all this because it's so unusual, you know? So how have you helped people?
So mostly everyone who comes, and we can do this in various ways. We do groups, we do privates, but they always leave feeling lighter, freer, more love, more connection, and more peace. Always. And really, that's all I can hope for, right? Is for people to feel, and more joy, right? So many people are, so sad today. So more joy.
Well, the horse represents freedom.
Absolutely.
And strength. And to give that, to be able to connect so strongly, energetically, spiritually, like that, for a human to be able to do that with the horse, it automatically is received. Is that true?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. What is the most interesting case that you have ever encountered?
Interesting. I don't know if there would
or rewarding or whatever. What stands out in your mind?
Well, one thing is coming to mind. Well, actually, two things. A woman and her daughter came in after their grandson, who was 5, drowned in a pool.
Oh my gosh.
And so you can imagine the grief, right? And it was
I can't.
Right.
Yeah. Can't imagine it.
2 months after that event. And there was a lot of expansion there, and I don't want to get into exactly the details, right?
Of course not.
It was so beautiful, and to see the horse support that and hold space for those 2 women, it's amazing.
Divine.
Yeah, it really is.
Divine.
It really is. Yeah.
You know, when we were talking before the show, I had asked you if you believe in angels. Yeah.
I do.
And you told me that you do, because it sure sounds like the angels are there with the horses and, making a lot of this occur, the combination.
Yeah.
I think this is just wonderful. So do the people ride the horses, or what goes on there?
Yeah, so many people think that. No, there's no riding whatsoever, where everything gets done from the ground. So many different things happen, right? So not one, there's no 2 clients that are the same. So, like I said, the horse is my partner. They help me to see, what's the next experiment? Because the other thing is the healing that we do is experiential healing. So,
explain.
Yeah. That. So you may come, your boss yells at a meeting, and he's not even yelling because he's angry. He's just yelling because he's excited, right? And it completely triggers you. And, I know the word trigger is going around a lot lately, but it's really the best way for me to explain it.
Yeah.
So you kind of, you're like, whoa, you get shaken, right?
Even though he's just excited.
Even though
and
he's just
not
excited.
Angry.
That's right.
Yeah, so why though?
Right.
Yeah.
So then we explore that, and I get a little bit into her history or his history, and we create an experience around that, right? And that can look like anything from empty chair. It could look like anything from, I don't know, it really depends on what we're having to deal with, right? So.
So, okay, I'm trying to follow, from step 1. So, is this without the horse or with the horse?
The horse is right there. So we don't direct anything at the horse, right? So that's a definite no.
No, the horse is just there.
The horse is there. The horse is, so say we do a piece where we're talking to do different parts of yourself, right? It's hard to explain all of this, but so.
No, you're doing a great job.
Okay.
You really are.
Thank you. So there's 2 parts of yourself that we're having a conversation with, Okay. And
I understand that completely.
the horse, we're working with it. And then the horse may take your shirt and pull you to this side of the part. Like, stay over here. This is the side that you want to be on, right? It's actually happened.
Wow.
It's actually happened. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
So they're very interactive,
Yeah.
but, yeah.
So you're both working together, the horse and you, and your client.
Yes.
You call your client, your patient.
Client.
Okay, your client. So no matter what it is, they can come and ask you for help, and you can help figure. See, I also get the impression from you that there's more to it than you just being a coach. I think that you feel things from people. You're extremely empathetic, aren't you?
Yes. So I'm constantly checking in with my body. When I step foot in that ring or in the arena with my client, I know what I'm feeling. I know where I'm at for that day, right? And so if something starts to come up for me, I know, okay, this isn't mine. This is this client, and we gotta get through it.
Right.
We got to get to the point and help her or him through it, right? So, and the horse also helps me to see that as well. So yes, I'm very much, and I stay in contact with the client the entire time.
Have you always been connected with horses? How did this all come about?
Yeah, I know since I was an itty bitty girl that I adored horses. They're majestic to me.
They're beautiful. Oh my God.
They really are. I can look at a horse and immediately drop tears, right? I knew that I always wanted a horse. It just, the timing wasn't right?
Right.
And so finally, I don't know, I had this epiphany, I don't have to have a horse on my property. I can board a horse.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. And it started with my first horse, Joey. Yeah.
Okay, tell me about Joey.
Oh, Joey.
Do you have pictures of Joey?
He might be in one of those pictures, actually.
Let's see what other pictures Brian has. Because you gave me a few.
Yeah, that's Joey.
That's
Unfortunately, you can't see his face, but that's
okay.
Joey.
We know that's Joey.
That's Joey.
Aw.
I call him my knight in shining armor.
He's your knight in shining armor. Why is he your knight in shining armor?
So physically, he's been there. I say all the time, he saved my life. We were in the pasture, and we were at the boarding facility, actually. And my sister and I were in the middle of the pasture with 16 other horses, and they start running towards us. They weren't charging us, but they were running towards us.
Yeah, they were just running. Yeah.
And Joey was in the way back of them. And he just comes up from the rear. And my sister, she looked at me, and she's like, oh my God, what do we do? And I'm like, just swing your arms. Like, just get them to go some other place than through us. He comes running up, and he just gets right in front of them and moves them all to the right. And she's like, he saved our life. So it's kind of a joke. It's kind of it's really the truth. But it's a fun story. Yeah, and he saved my heart. Yeah, he's amazing. He's an amazing soul. Yeah.
How long ago did you get Joey?
Probably 7 years now.
Oh.
Yeah, 7, 8 years.
Okay. Does Joey work with you on a daily basis?
Not on a daily basis. We have 8 horses, and I approach them. I don't make them work. I ask them who wants to show up to come to work today. And there's always one of them that does. So it's not always one horse.
Whoever is. What a team!
What a team!
What a team!
Thank you.
Yeah, yourself and do you have others helping you with this, or is this just you and the horses, or
Yep.
what?
So I do have what we call a handler. She is a full-time employee of mine, and she really just sits in the corner, the sideline, right, if you will, and to make sure I don't need anything, I don't need to switch out a horse, or she's again there for me. I might need her to help set an experiment up, right? So that she does many things, and she's also there to make sure that the client's safe. The horse is safe, right? We're all safe. So yeah, it's a good team.
Have you ever had a client come that had never met a horse before?
Lots of times,
Oh,
actually.
and what happens?
It's funny, those are my favorite clients, I have to say,
Yeah.
because there's really no expectation, right? And there's really
Right.
no, oh, you shouldn't do that. A horse shouldn't do that. A lot of horse people have lots of rules.
Opinions.
On what horses should and should not do.
Aw.
So, yeah.
Who's to say what a horse should or shouldn't do?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what else can you tell us? Do you have more pictures, Brian, that you could put up? I gave you a few. See what else we have here. Oh, what's going on there?
Yeah, so that's one of our Gestalt groups. The client that is kneeling on the dog, it was her piece of work. It was, we were doing parts of self, actually, and bringing in different parts of self. And the two other clients that are standing up there were part of her piece of work. So they were standing in for her parts of self.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Do you deal with a lot of trauma?
Yes, we do. It's mostly trauma work that gets done.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it could be from, excuse me, like I said, ancestral, all the way up to present day.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. So now tell me about the ancestral part.
Well, our cells, right? Our cells know. So logically, people don't know, but we can tap into that, and even in utero, right? In the uterus, people. A mom, something happens with the baby, and the baby has to go into a NICU and has to in the incubator and doesn't get held, doesn't get touched, right? The baby carries this. The person carries this throughout their entire life until they deal with it. I actually had to coach somebody like that. So yeah.
Really? Interesting. And what? How does that affect a baby when? Because I've heard this before. Yeah. So how does that? What can you tell us about that?
Well, I will speak for my client at the time, because again, everybody's different, right? But for my client, she was also in pain, so she had guttural pains. When she sat to me, and it was actually in a group, and she sat in front of me, and she just started crying. So she didn't even know why she was crying. She's like, I don't even know why I'm crying right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's your mind is second, right? Her body knew why she was crying.
Right.
Oh, it hurts. And then she just went into a fetal position. And
Wow.
she, bawling. And what I did, and this was part of the experiential healing part, was we literally just laid her on the ground and just rocked her like a baby.
Yes.
That's what she needed.
How long was she in the NIC?
Actually, she wasn't even this is almost worse. She wasn't even in the NICU. It was a month after she was born. Something happened with her intestines. And the doctors kept telling her mother, and she had a great family, but kept telling her mother, you can't hold your baby. You can't hold your baby. You'll.
I have never heard such a thing. Never heard such a thing.
Sad, right?
There's so much research showing. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying is absolutely true. But what about a baby that is in the NICU and can't be held? What happens then? I mean, because then after that, they are held and loved if they get all better and stuff. But what is the residual effect that you're saying?
Well, I mean, everybody's different, but some people can grow up and maybe be more, want more of that. that hugging and almost like clingy, right?
Yeah.
Or very needy, constantly constantly looking. Like you say, you're married and you're constantly looking for someone else to hug and show you that affection, or I mean,
Yearning for it all the time.
yearning for it all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Do you help people with phobias?
Oh, I haven't had one yet.
Oh, I was just wondering because
Yeah.
I help people with phobias.
Yeah.
All the time as a hypnotherapist, and I was wondering how that would work for that. So, like, because I do regression therapy also. So, do you go backward in time with people, or do you take what comes out and fix it?
We don't fix anything.
I know that was poor choice of words.
It's okay. I just wanted to be clear for the listeners.
I understand.
Yeah. I don't do regression like you would do.
No, it's different.
Yeah,
what we do. Two different things.
No, I think if we would go back to the moment of the lightning strike,
The origin.
and create a piece of work or an experiment around that. So that's how we would do it.
So actually, we're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
As
maybe.
far as that part goes.
Yeah, okay.
Because you have to get to, so you do that too, you have to get to that origin. You're calling it the lightning strike. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like that term.
Yeah.
But yeah, that origin. And because unfortunately, sometimes people can go for years of therapy, no offense against any of my friends out there that are therapists, no offense at all. A lot of friends that are, but what I'm saying is that, you can go for years of talk therapy, but unless you get to the root of the situation, and that's what I like about what you just said, because you get down to the root of it, and then you fix it. That's so nice. That's lovely. What other pictures do you have there, Brian? Oh, look at that. Okay, so what's going on, Adrienne?
Yeah, that was actually a meditation circle, and Inca, that's the mare who's there, the horse. She really just, that client leaned in, and she just stood there, and there was heart to heart, and so horses will also do. So they will attune chakras. Right? And so they will do this either by aligning their bodies up with the person's body of that chakra, or they will touch, their muzzle, their nose onto a person's body part that needs attuning. Or needs assistance. And for this client, I think it's a bit of a combination going on there.
Yeah, it looks like it,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I just love this. Okay. Yeah. And so then from that that was a meditation circle? Okay. So from that meditation circle, like when that person left, they felt completely relaxed, all aligned.
Oh, yeah. I like to think so, yeah. And she's one of my regulars. She comes often because there's such peace and love that she feels when she's there. So, yeah.
And which horse is that?
Inca.
Inca. Oh. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, beautiful. You have beautiful horses.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, what other pictures do you have, Brian? Any other ones, or is that it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Which horse is that?
That's Apollo. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Come on, tell us what's going on.
Yeah. So that client actually was having fertility issues there, and the sadness, right? I mean, he's right in at her heart. I mean, he's just digging in.
Right in her heart.
Yeah. And there's such, I mean, I've been told by many animal communicators that he speaks to the angels all the time,
I can see that and feel it very much so.
Yeah.
And Apollo, then, who's behind Apollo there?
Oh, that's Cosmo.
Oh, Cosmo.
He's our oldest one. He's 25. Yeah. He's our big, gentle giant.
So is he holding space,
He
or
is.
is he with another client?
No, he's holding space. He's backing that energy up, right? He's he's backing it up, holding space and offering,
How long does one of these sessions take? Like a private session, how long does it take?
So a private Gestalt session is an hour and a half.
Okay.
But the meditations and the groups are 2 hours.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
I just love it. Do we have any other pictures, Brian? Oh, look at that. Oh,
There's the herd.
Your herd. Look
That's
at that.
them.
The family.
That's right.
The family. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful picture.
Thank you. I like to call them the healing herd.
The healing herd. That's perfect. I just love it. I just love it,
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. So, your sister, who also came along for the ride because you came from Pennsylvania, you came 2 hours, you said, right? And she also is very close with the horses, and does she do any of this work too?
She comes to my work and helps out, and I sometimes have her sit in groups and be part of the group, especially if I know that there's somewhat of a theme that's going on. You can't, it's very difficult to help your family members, right? In the way of, I'm very close, you're close, and there's certain things that they won't share with me, or they trust me and they love me, and I'm their best friend, but there's
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, so you both share the love of horses.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
big time, huh?
Yes.
So is this like a family kind of thing with the love of horses?
Yes, we all love horses. She
Okay.
actually got horses before I did.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Lovely lady.
Yeah,
Lovely
she's
lady.
sweet.
Nicole, right?
Nicole.
Yeah.
We
I
love
like
her.
Nicole. I can see why. I
Yeah.
got very good vibes from Nicole. I see her waving out there in the control room. Yep. Okay. Our audience tonight. So, is there anything else that you can add about this? Or how about, you said you believe in angels.
I
So why don't
do.
you tell me, have you ever had an experience with an angel?
So I've gotten very connected, and I really truly believe that the horses have brought me into more of a connection with angels and my guides, right? I always believed in them and always believed in guides, and but I definitely have. I mean, I speak to them daily. I call them in. In fact, I asked them to assist me today, and
And they've been doing a great job, don't you think?
They're my team. I love
Yeah,
them.
I feel Archangel Gabriel around you quite a bit.
Aw,
Yeah, no, really.
yeah. Aw,
Really?
sweet.
Yeah.
I love it.
And have you ever had like a personal experience with an angel, or has an angel ever helped you in a certain way?
There hasn't been an actual experience, but I will say this, and I'm gonna say it's in my website, so you can read it.
Say
but,
whatever you want.
But so my husband and I, we couldn't get pregnant, right?
Yeah.
And you hear all those stories, God has a plan for you, and when you're going through it, you're like, forget
That's
it.
rough.
Right?
That's very rough.
But
very rough.
honestly, he did have a plan, right? We were able to adopt our child. We probably wouldn't have. And I believe that my guides always have my back, right? And that's where I am at right now, that they always are there for me. They guide me where I need to go. I just, I want to say I really love them. I don't know if that's,
Yeah,
what
they
you
love
say,
you.
but
They love you.
Right. I love them right back.
Yeah, it's
right?
divine, unconditional love.
Yeah.
They're the messengers of God, and that's who He has here working for all of us, helping all of us. And the thing is, though, unless you ask your angels to help you, they really don't. they're always waiting in the wings, waiting. When are they going to ask? You know what I mean? And so you should always ask your angels to help you because they're just right there waiting. And look, I mean, in an emergency situation, seriously, because I've seen this many, many times, people have shared with me so many of their angel experiences in an emergency situation. Even if you don't have time to ask, like say that there could be an impact from an accident or something like that, Archangel Michael will immediately jump in and take care of it. So but if you're having problems in your life, you should ask your angels to help you. You should ask for the help of God, because they're just waiting there to help. Angels have different. Each angel does one specific job. They do a lot of jobs. I shouldn't say one specific job. They do a lot of jobs, but God assigns them each a specific job. And I got to tell you, and I had shared with you before what I do. I've been in connection with the angels and communication my whole since 4 was the first time remembered. The thing is, though, that's why I'm saying I really feel Gabriel around you very, 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 very much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
might be your guardian angel. I'm not
Thank
sure.
you.
But Gabriel, and then when you were pointing out that, okay, Brian, thank you. The white horse there before
Apollo.
Yeah. I felt a ton of angels around Apollo, but especially Gabriel.
You want to hear something about Apollo?
I mean, I'm sorry. I just really did.
Yeah.
Tell me.
The funny thing about Apollo is he's my sassiest one. So I'm like, and they tell me that you go back to the angels and talk, but you're the sassiest one,
Yeah, but
he's
you
so
can
great,
feel it. Like
yeah.
that picture of him that's why I keep looking at the screen
Oh.
over there. That picture of him, because even with our background, that's what I'm looking at. That really large horse in the clouds there.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Apollo.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So divine. So divine.
Yeah.
So what else can you tell us because we're going to have to start wrapping up pretty soon.
Okay. What else can I tell you?
Anything at all you can tell us.
Yeah.
Okay. When because there is one thing though, I know I'm like back and forth here, but that ancestral piece. You really didn't go into too much about that, because we carry this in our DNA from the wounds of our ancestors. So how do you get rid of that for a person?
So again, I haven't gone into it because it really depends on the client, right? So there is no, this is what we do. That's the thing about Gestalt and what we do is, and even, even the horses don't respond the same to any one client.
Of course not.
So we're
all individuals.
Yeah. So it's really hard for me to say this is what we do. It depends on what's coming up ancestrally for the client.
Ancestrally meaning going back to their ancestors.
Right.
Way back. Okay, because there can be addiction problems, okay?
Absolutely.
Ancestrally. And have you ever dealt with any of them?
So we do look at that. We do it's kind of like a family tree, but we go way back and we ask different questions. So, but we call it a genealogram, and it goes way back into, we can go very far back, but we'll go back as, typically 3 to 4 generations.
Right.
And there's always patterns. Right? And then we get at the patterns and we try and stop the patterns, right? The ones that aren't so great or positive for the person sitting in front of me. So yeah.
Lots of times abuse can be, I mean, wow. Yeah, but that's what I was trying to understand. Do people ever come to you specifically saying for ancestral, or is it that you and the horse figure it out.
That's correct.
Okay. And then you go back.
That's correct. So typically people come to me and they don't know why they're coming to me, or they think they know why they're coming to me, but it's not the case.
I know, but they're guided to you.
Right.
They're guided to you. That's so beautiful. This must be very fulfilling.
It's beautiful. You know, I get so energized after seeing clients, whether it be the energy from the angels, right, that we share, or just I just it's so uplifting, and so, you know,
it's fulfilling. It's not draining.
Right.
I know. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. So now, do you also do any kind of energy work yourself?
I do. I'm certified in Reiki, so I, you know, run that energy right away, right? Start that, and and then I've taken other different modalities of energy work, you know. So
okay,
I love
that's
it.
Good. That's good. So you're incorporating all of that.
Yes.
So how many times does a person have to come to you, or everybody's different?
Yes, everybody's different. So there are people that have come to me one time, and there are people that have been coming to me for 2 years every Wednesday, because we do group.
Yeah.
And it's different, you know, and sometimes you'll come to me one time, and then you don't have to come back for, you know, 2 years, and then something else, your body starts to speak again, and you're like, okay, I'm done with this, and then you come back and we deal with that, right?
I see. I see.
Yeah.
I just love it. So the way that you said before when I asked about the writing, no. They are the healers there.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Not to be, God bless.
That's
so wonderful, so wonderful. And you said that you have a child.
We do.
How old is your child?
He's 11.
Oh, does he also interact with the horses?
He comes out and he hangs out with them, gives them love every now and then, but he's not, you know,
Not yet.
Yeah. he loves them, and they love him. When they see him, they go right over to him.
They get right.
Yeah.
That's so nice. That's so nice. And you're out in the Poconos, actually, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So what happens in the winter when you get snow?
Yeah, so those who want to brave it, we surely do work in the snow. I'm out there all the time anyway, right? The horses love that weather.
They do love that weather.
You know, 30 degrees is their best weather.
Wow, I'm so glad you told me that, because where I live in New Jersey, there's one particular area where there's a lot of horses. And I look at them out in the cold.
And you feel cold for them.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me that,
they
Adrienne.
love it.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
So you just keep going anyway.
We just keep going, and we do workshops. So we'll do indoor stuff, you know, for people. And, you know, that's a lot less, still very healing. More awareness happens in the workshops, you know. And we do that throughout the winter. And, you know, so it's fine. We could take Gestalt inside. It doesn't always have to be with a horse. Really, it started inside. It started without the horses, you know. Yeah.
Oh.
Gestalt has been around for years.
Yes.
And it's been without horses.
And that is looking at the entire as a whole instead of taking this piece and that piece. Am I explaining it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then you said that you go to the different parts. Yeah, I do parts therapy.
Okay.
But but with hypnotherapy.
Okay.
And because that's very important. There's a lot of parts.
We have lots of parts.
Lots of parts. Yeah. So, but you're looking at all the parts as a whole.
Exactly.
But then do you take each part and...
We can break it down, and sometimes we do break it down.
Yeah.
And all the parts are put there for a reason, right? There's reasons why we have these, you know, bad and good, and there are no bad, right? There is no bad. They're there out of protection, safety. We needed them at one point.
They develop.
Yeah. But we ask them to go eat, that you no longer need them. But when you do, to come back out, right? So
yeah, and we're talking about everybody has many parts. We're not talking about Sybil or something like that, right?
No.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about.
No.
Multiple personalities. We're talking about every single person has many parts to their personality. But what you're saying is the different parts show the physical symptoms, or it comes out in some very low energy that maybe that a person can't detect, but the horse can.
Sure, absolutely.
I love your horses.
I
Never
love
met
them
them,
too.
but I love them. Is there any other pictures we didn't show, Brian? Huh? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I really want to thank you for driving all this way from the Poconos all the way here to Staten Island so that you would allow me to interview you. And I remember when I met you, your energy is really what I was attracted to. Okay. Then I saw what you did there, and I was like, oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. I have to ask this lady on the show.
Thank you.
Because I have a feeling that we helped a lot of people through our show tonight.
Thank you.
Through all the conversation and interesting information you gave, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that were completely unaware that there was even this form of healing available. I just thank you so much. And I thank all your beautiful horses.
Thank you.
And you tell Apollo I was asking for him. Okay. Okay. So, Brian, we're wrapping up now, right? Okay, good night. Thank you so much. We're sending you many, many, many beautiful healing blessings. God bless you. God bless you all. See you next month.